Normally, age plus 2 minutes. Please remember that. We follow this in primary class. Every 15 minutes, we tell the child, come on, get up, get up, get up, jump, 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 sit down, sit down, sit down. But as the child comes to +1, +2, you don't bother to give a break. Your 40 minutes of sermon or 50 minutes of sermon goes above the head of the child. So after about 20, 25 minutes, give a break by asking something which is irrelevant to your subject. Bring the child back, because after that time, the child is gone. The child doesn't concentrate. This is what will happen in your classroom if you don't do it. The best way to know how popular your class is, how many children ask permission to go to the restroom in your class. They will go straight to the restroom, but while coming back, this is a clear indication how popular my class is. Right? Please understand, teachers, a child is born to sing. A small baby, how does it talk? बोलिए ना, कैसे बोलेगी? Small baby कैसे बोलेगी? मम्मा भी कहाँ बोलेगी? So every child learns to stop urinating on the bed at different ages. It is not the same age. Similarly, in the classroom, don't expect every child to perform the way you desire or the parents desire. Every child has a different way of adapting itself to talk, to walk, and to, Do you understand? I never asked her any question. I just said, do you understand? This is a question which you should never ask in the classroom. If you are asking this question in the classroom, no child will say, no, miss, I don't understand. Because it is slightly inferior in front of the entire peer group to say that I don't understand. So if at all you want to know how best your child has understood, frame a question from what you are teaching, but don't ask the question, do you understand? Great teachers, humility and humbleness. This is very important for me. Urvi was mentioning about Dr. Raghunath Rao, Shreya's grandfather, we were all colleagues. And his immediate junior, Dr. Murthy, was my PhD supervisor. So he used to tell me, a tree grows very straight, but bends down when it bears fruit. So when you studied, you could have been straight. But once you become a teacher, with your knowledge, learn to be humble. Humility and humbleness makes great teachers. And one very important thing which I learned as a teacher, supposing I'm taking a small child to a big exhibition, and there was a huge crowd, and I tell the child, look there, there's a beautiful green design. And the child, small child, huge crowd, says, I'm unable to see it. I take the child, put on my shoulder and say, now look at it. The child says, the green is good, but beyond that there is another red one which is more beautiful. I am not able to see it. The child is able to see it because the child is sitting on my shoulder. So, my student should know more than what I know. A great teacher promotes a child to learn more than what the teacher knows, and ours is the only profession where we feel proud if our student knows more than us, earns more than us. This is the only profession. No other profession. They feel envious, but we feel happy about it. We feel happy about it. Great teachers always act. They don't tell. They perform. They perform. Hence, be always ready for a self-appraisal. You do your own appraisal. I don't believe in those schools which call a consultant who comes and appraises how your teacher performs. Nobody can appraise a teacher. Every teacher is individually different. That's my experience. I can go through a self-appraisal, but I don't want to go into those details now. But only thing my request is, don't paint yourself to be superfluous. Don't paint yourselves to what you are not there. Accept what are my shortcomings, how I can improve upon it, how best I can take forward. Great teachers are always punctual. This we are lacking nowadays. Lots of things are deteriorating. Punctuality is very important. Punctuality is very, very important for a class. And this is very important today, in today's context particularly. Many single parents, many divided homes, many children coming from different backgrounds. This is what is happening. And supposing a student goes through a lot of problems, childhood trauma, childhood abuse, lack of love, insecurity, stress, loneliness. This child which has gone through hardships loses the spark. We can't discard the child. Whereas a teacher can always like the child back. A teacher can do it. A teacher can definitely do it. That's the job of a teacher. That's the job of a teacher. Great teachers are efficient and adaptable. We all changed overnight when it came to online teaching during the COVID period. One thing I never understood, and which I always blame the governments as well as, you praised the doctors, you praised the physiotherapists, you praised all the paramedics, you praised the police, but you forgot to praise the teachers who also worked during the COVIDs. With basic resources, we all worked at the time. Great teachers are excellent organizers. We understand from taking a class what are the shortcomings we face, how we can overcome them, how best we can promote ourselves. Teachers, you have the knowledge, you have the skills. Attitude varies. See to it that you balance all the three. Balance all the three. Great teachers are friendly. Friendly. I'm again repeating this word. Friendly, not friend. Friendly is different from being a friend. We can be friendly with our students, but not be a friend of your student. Right? So please be very clear about these distinctions. When I did not listen well in my class, the only comment my teacher will make is, are you daydreaming? Pagal kanavu, daydreaming. Today, unfortunately, this one word has been converted into all this. ADD, ADHD, dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyspraxia, dyscalculia, autism spectrum disorder, slow learner, mentally retarded. So many classifications. Did you ever imagine, like when we were kids, especially slightly the middle-aged group over here, and the elderly like me, when we were young, they will make some breakfast, like it will be usually some idli in the south or here roti or something, dal. And that unfortunate upma, I don't know who discovered it, right? We used to swallow it and walk 1 to 1.5 kilometers to go to school minimum. So in the meantime, we sweat a lot. With half energy, we attended a class. Today, you give them all those stupid food products which are on the shelf, which have high fructose levels, high syrups, which high fructose levels, with all the calories, and then the child is dropped at the gate of the school because bachcha mushkil hoga chal ke jaane ke liye, right? And then with the air-conditioned private schools, there is burning energy inside. Do you expect the child to shut up and sit down? And immediately you will classify the child as ADHD. And then the parent is said that the child is having ADHD, so the child should sit in the OT room, occupational therapy, pay an additional fees of 5,000, 10,000. Please try to understand that food can also be responsible for it. These are all very important today. This is actually neurodiversity. You note down that term. If anybody comes and tells that it's a disease, it's not a disease. It's neurodiversity. And these are all differences, not disabilities. Just like any individual who is very fit at the age of 40 goes to a very leading hospital, goes for a master health checkup, when you come out, you are a patient. Because all parameters don't fit into the prescribed dimensions of the United States. And please, teachers, never judge a student based on another teacher's opinion. This is out of my personal experiences I'm sharing you. One teacher may come and tell you, this particular child in that class is nasty, lousy, very irritating. That child may be exclusively doing it for that teacher, not for all the teachers. Please be very clear. So don't judge. Never judge a child on others' opinion. And great teachers are always positive thinkers. Believe in your students. Trust your students. Take them out. And have good facial expressions, man. You can't go into the classroom in the early morning and say, good morning, children. And in that case, it's a good morning or a good morning. Great teachers are continuous learners. I don't want you to do extra degrees, but continue to learn, continue to adapt. There are so many new concepts available today. In this, I found some sustainable principles of learning. I have 7 principles, but I will not go into all the details. I'm just sharing 1 or 2 of it. I happened to visit one of the schools where the principal, I know her, she was on her rounds, so I believe she entered into a class because the teacher had not come. And she asked a question, which flower is yellow in color? And naturally, children were staring at the principal because they wouldn't answer like they would answer to the teacher. And the principal immediately said that the sunflower is yellow in color. Right? Perfect answer. But where has the child seen a sunflower? Abstract again. When so many vegetables of our country have yellow flowers, a child should learn and go and tell home when the amma is going to cook lady's finger, amma, lady's finger flower, yellow in color. Instead, I'm telling sunflower is yellow in color. Can we relate to what the child goes through rather than just give examples which are abstract just because they are in books? Can we go beyond the books? Because today it has become transfer of information. What we want is transfer of knowledge. Transfer of knowledge comes from your experience of sharing, not what is in the book. So when you go into it, this flower, I love this flower. It's a vegetable. Snake. We have such lovely examples. Now, pronounce the word quickly. Okay, now read the sentence. Why did you make that mistake? When I can make a mistake as a teacher, why don't I tolerate when my child makes a mistake? Right? I wound, it can be wound. Depends on the context. So these contexts are very important. This is what is a classroom. Unfortunately today, this is the classroom. What one says, everybody has to listen. Listen. Right. What would you get there? It's not 6. 8. हटके सोचो यार. सारी थिंकिंग चेंज हो रही है. क्वेश्चन पेपर्स चेंज होने वाले हैं सारे क्वेश्चन पेपर्स जो है थिंकिंग में जाना चाहते हैं. एंड मेटाकॉग्निटिव स्ट्रेटजीज आर पिकिंग अप. व्हेन यू did your BEd, it was only COP, cognitive affective psychomotor. Now metacognition is learning, thinking about their own thinking. In that way, if I ask you a question, for example, a man is trapped in chamber number 2. If he escapes from gate number 2, then there are lions to eat them. If he goes through 1, there is a strong lens, sunlight, it will burn him. The fellow has to escape. Simple. Fellow will wait till night. The lens won't char. I want you to teach physics in that way. I want you people to make children understand the concepts properly. English is something wonderful. At the same time, very abusive language. What do you mean by less? Less means kya? Come. Full. ज़्यादा होता है. Now this particular thing I'm using, if I don't use it at all, this becomes clear. If I use it in plenty, this becomes correct. ठीक है. Now, in the same way, what is some? Little. Full is plenty. When I look at something beautiful, an expression comes from my mouth. Ah. Now in English, if I add some, it means very good. And when the ah is full, it becomes dirty. This is English. And English is not our mother tongue. I hope you are able to get the points. So somewhere we are making mistakes of teaching children. So I deal with a lot of government school children and other things. You may also be dealing in your own curricular or other activities. For example, this particular word has yum Alphabet, B alphabet, A vowel, U vowel, IED. And when you ask R, you add 2 R's for there, 1 R over here. You don't pronounce it as married, you pronounce it as married. Am I right? Now, how does a non-English speaking child from a non-English speaking background, a first generation child, how will that child remember? Very simple. When you are married, you are a couple, so 2 hours. When you are buried, try to teach it that way. Reach the child. This is what is my ambition as a teacher. Many people will say, this is wrong English. I don't care about what the rules of English say. I want the child to understand the concept as a teacher. Because, curriculum is not under your control. Assessment is not under your control. But pedagogy is under your control. Change it. Change it to your own liking. Make it new. For example, what is this? Earth. And what is this? For a moment, shall we imagine the apple to be the earth? Yes? Right. Very important topics to be taught in a very easy way. Now, what is this? What? Listen to me carefully, teacher. Now, this earth, I'm cutting it into 4. I'm a bit fast because I want to count it in time. This is the only portion where human beings can live. Cutting it into 4. Three, human beings can live, but cannot do agriculture. 1/32 is the only portion where human beings can live and also do agriculture. From this, I'm taking out the peel. This is what is the topsoil. This is what is the topsoil. 1 inch of topsoil. To develop 1 inch of topsoil, nature takes 250 to 400 years. And this is what gives me food to eat. A major topic which you are teaching in geography or in social science for 1 hour can be demonstrated in 1 minute. Easy? Right. It need not be an apple. I use an apple because I always want to think that instead of apple, a coconut should have fallen on Newton's head. I would have been spared of physics. Anyway, you can use even a potato or a guava, whatever you want. Second very important thing. We talk about so many things to children. We tell them about colors. We talk to them about chromatography. We talk to them about so many things. Who teaches chemistry in the school? Any chemistry teacher, science teacher? Over. You are teaching phonetics using a balloon. And after that, we shouldn't spare the balloon. What should we do? Now, who made the noise? Balloon made the noise. Who made the noise? Hot air goes and bombards with the cold air. You get the 2 experiments over. Simple, very simple, you can teach it. Next one. Swallowing and biophysics. We all teach digestive system. पढ़ाते हैं ना? Peristalsis पढ़ाते हैं. अब कोई सर नहीं हिलाता है. पढ़ाते हैं ना digestive system में peristaltic movement. Science teachers, what initiates peristalsis? What initiates it? We don't teach because it is not in the book. Now, please swallow your saliva twice or thrice. Swallow. Okay? Now, keep your lips open, teeth closed. Swallow. Swallow. It's difficult, but you can. Try. Now, keep your mouth open and swallow. Not able to. Why? Why? Because we have a valve here, and the valves are closed under pressure. The pressure at which this valve is closed is greater than atmospheric pressure. So when I keep my mouth open, the pressure is same as atmospheric pressure, valve unable to open. Now normally swallow, your tongue becomes a piston, increases the pressure, opens the valve, and the food goes in. And then the valve closes, but that initiates peristalsis. That initiates peristalsis. Major science experiment. Without any tools, we can teach science. Make it interesting. Make it interesting. Shrinking resources. Hey, Ashish, can I make use of 4 of your students? Hey, Char, see Ganga, 4 of you, come up. 4 girls or boys or whatever it is, coming. Come, jaldi aao. Chalo upar. This is water. Itna hi pani hai. This water is shared by all the 4 states. Beta, yahan pe ruko. Yahan pe khado. Stand on this. Face this side. Face this side. Face this side. बेटा आप इनके सामने खड़े हो जाओ. आप इधर. Your legs should be inside the paper, not outside. बाहर आएगा मार खाएगा. हाँ. You can at least stand on one leg, but the other leg should be in the air, not on this carpet. यहाँ पे आएगा मार खाएगा आप लोग. Now 4 states, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Karnataka, Kerala, sharing water beautifully. आपका गोदावरी, sharing water, right? अब हट जाइए. This is what was happening once upon a time. हट जाइए. Unfortunately, today we have only this much of water. Now all the 4 share it. Come on. हाँ, तुम मारो झगड़ो किसी को बाहर फेंको पर उठा पैर उठा पैर. You are able to understand what is happening with water and how it is going to affect the population. Future, water is going to be only this much. Chalo. 2 state हट गए. 2 state करो. But go fight with him, man. Fight with him, man. अरे fight. हाँ, तुम आ जाओ. That's the reason why we say that the Third World War will be for. हो गया experiment. Thank you. Thank you, children. Thank you. Thank you, children. हम लोग बच्चों को बाहर लेके जाते हैं और we want to show them. Thank you, Raja. We want to show them something very interesting, and you require a microscope, but we don't have a microscope. Don't worry. Buy an ice cream. Buy an ice cream, and I need your help. Yeah. Oh. And use this sort of spoons, 1 for each row. बस पानी ग्लास में पानी लेकर. ग्लास में तू पानी लेकर भाग. Yeah, for this row, sir. Your lens is ready. Your microscope is ready. अरे पानी. Simple chalk piece, water. You can just pass it on. You can just pass it on, circulate it up. The second one did not go well because I think it was done in a hurry. Neem I have not brought with me. For teaching oxidation, give neem leaf to your child. Ask the child to chew the neem leaf without opening the mouth or inhaling through the nose. Put the neem leaf inside the mouth, close your lips, don't inhale. Absolutely, it will not taste. The moment you open your mouth, the whole thing will become bitter. Process of oxidation. Process of oxidation. Yeah, control, and then I go to pH. This control is a funny thing which I teach zoology with a simple experiment. Nervous system. Now, all of you, please raise your right leg and turn it clockwise. Clockwise. Raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. Right. And put number 6 there. 6. When you can't control your own leg, whom are you going to control in this world, man? You won't control anybody in this world, right? Now, coming to science, when I told you to turn this clockwise, that went to the central nervous system. And I went on talking to you to put it number 6. Then this has become a reflex. But when you put 6, 6, 6, then what happens is CNS takes over and commands the leg also to go towards a major experiment without an oscilloscope can be taught. pH. First of all, let me tell about pH. pH means negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration. Please don't teach children as power of hydrogen. It's not a power of hydrogen. Negative logarithm of hydrogen concentration. Now for that we use, beta, what happened to the plastic glasses? हाँ, 3 ग्लास थे ना? कहाँ गया और एक ग्लास? I need 3.
1, 2, 3.
इतना नहीं उतर पकेला. हाँ. Now, all of you would have seen purple cabbage. This is the color of pH. It's blue. Blue is neutral pH. I used only water. Now here is another one. I am going to add acid to it. The simple acid, because I teach in schools, don't use acetic acid, I use vinegar. Vinegar is acetic acid. So when I add vinegar, what's the color? Red color. For base, I am using chunam, ordinary pan ka chuna. Sorry. Pan ka chuna. That I had dissolved it in water in the morning. So here it is, adding it up. Green. Basic pH experiment, teach it in that way to children. If you want children to still appreciate and understand, one more thing you can do is, I had asked Shreya to get some haldi. Sorry, Urvi got me haldi. Because at home, only the grandmother knows about all this. We've forgotten those technologies. Yeah. No, you add lime, it becomes, this is what is the old traditional Aarti welcome of the Bahu into the house. Red color. So you teach this to the child, take one filter paper, dissolve it in haldi solution, dry it, cut it into strips, your pH paper strip is ready. Ask the child to take home to test for alkaline. The child will be happy to do it at home. ये ले लीजिए, आपके 3 कलर आ गए. Neutral pH, acid pH, alkaline pH with simple cabbage. ठीक है? Right. Certain other mistakes we have been doing. 3 important characteristics: air, soil, water. We teach children as to living, non-living. We tell children air is non-living. What are we? Hey, what are we? Living. Yeah, I forgot for a moment. But if I remove the non-living air from my body, what do I become? This we don't teach children. Air non-living, we are living. Remove non-living air from my body, I become non-living. Water non-living, I am living. Remove water from my body, I become non-living. For example, why do we need air? To breathe. Teacher, your name? Sridevi. I can call you Sridevi. I can use your name. Sridevi ma'am says she uses air for breathing. Sridevi ma'am, did you have breakfast this morning? What did you eat? Idli. Sridevi ma'am had idli this morning. Idli. Idli is, which is more in idli? Rice or dal? Rice. So logically, Sridevi had rice for breakfast. Rice, does it have more amount of carbohydrate, more protein, more fat? So logically speaking, she had carbohydrates for morning. Carbohydrate is made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. So she had carbon, hydrogen, oxygen in the morning. Where do you find carbon, hydrogen, oxygen? So what did she have for morning? Teach children that relationship. Teach children that relationship. This is what I want. This is what I want. We include the soil and the ether, fire and the ether, the Panchabhutas. Now, who eats more? Tell me, teachers. Elephant will eat more or a dog will eat more? Elephant will eat more. Very good. Elephant. Weight of an elephant. Weight of a dog. For an elephant, I give 50 kgs of fodder. For dog, I give 1 kg meat maximum. Food and medicine is calculated based on body weight. 5,000 kg elephant eats 50 grass. How much 1 kg of elephant eat? How much does a dog eat? So who eats more? Why should a dog eat more than an elephant? We don't teach this to our children. Why should a dog eat more than an elephant? Dog eats more than an elephant because elephant is in this trophic level, it eats the grass which fixes the energy. Whereas dog is in the next energy level which eats the meat of an animal which eats the grass which fixes the energy. So they eat more. There's a reason why in Asia we are all, even if you're a non-vegetarian. Even if you're non-vegetarian, you go to any non-vegetarian restaurant, order for a non-veg thali. You get rice, plant-based, chapati paratha, plant-based, sambar, kut, all those things plant-based in a small little kingdom, 2 pieces of chicken or 2 pieces of fish or 2 pieces of meat, and you call it as non-vegetarian. Our main flow of energy is plant-based. Why? This is the reason. So we teach children, but we don't teach these intricacies. That's the reason, teachers, please understand this is our profession. And in this, C stands for, that is our job. Clarity of purpose, commitment, compassion. If you don't have it, teachers, in your profession, then your choice of profession is faulty. Yeah. Great collaborators. Please learn to collaborate with yourself in a group. Team, do you find the alphabet I in the team? No. Look at it carefully. I is in the team, but should not be revealed outside. If somebody says after their success that it was my idea, give them a tight slap. Yeah. Whether you sit or fall, succeed or fail, team is a team. Team is a team. Otherwise, one will be doing it, another one will be repeating it. So do teamwork in your schools. This lesson plan stupidity, I don't know when we are going to leave from this country. I don't believe in this lesson plans at all. In fact, Tamil Nadu government, I'm part of the curriculum committee which revised the entire curriculum. I was also part of the textbook committee which wrote the textbooks for Tamil Nadu government. Now, basically, we wanted to even prepare lesson plans and give it to teachers. Unfortunately, this has become some sort of a handhold for some of the HODs. You know what is a HOD, right? No, man, many places headache of the department. Right? So, lesson plans are being used. Instead, I would believe in logbooks. You can't plan a lesson before going to the class because every child is different. Sometimes a difficult topic, you finish it very easily. An easy topic, child is not able to understand because sometimes what students need is not in the lesson plan. It's not in the lesson plan. This is what we are trying to do nowadays. Every institution wants whether you have covered the lesson plan, syllabus. Syllabus covered. Syllabus covered. Great teachers have high expectations. So naturally, we believe in our students. Syllabus is very wide, and children read only this much. And this is what they remember, and this is what they write, and this is the marks they get. And this is how it is. This is how it is. Yeah, this is how it is, right? Examination duties will come to them. Please do it properly. Setting question papers is very important. If you're going to ask, find X, this would be the answer. And circle the smallest number. The child is right. The teacher should have put it as ABC, not as 1, 2, 3. So we make mistakes. We expect the child to do properly. Draw a small clock that shows 10 minutes past 11. The child is completely, attracted towards digital today. What the teacher expected was an analog. So whose mistake it is? So we have to be very clear. For all this, what you require is, today, even if you walk quietly, there is somebody ready to push you down. Be careful. Treat softly. Great teachers allow a warm environment. Let us give a warm environment to our teachers. Can you connect these 9 dots with 4 straight lines? Without lifting your hand. Another 5 minutes. 9 dots with 4 straight lines without lifting your hand. 4 straight lines. All the 9 dots it should go, not a square. 5 हो जाएगा ना? 5 only is possible. 4 is not possible. According to Sir, 4 is not possible. We'll do it in 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did not think that we can go outside that. Whose mistake is it? Our mistake as teachers. In primary class, we give children this sort of pictures and tell them, draw, paint, color inside them. And the child colors like this. Teacher scolds them, parents scold them, tell them, you're always confined within the lines. And when they grow up, we tell them, think outside the box. And the bloody hell, where the box is, man? You spoiled us, right? You spoiled us. I don't know where the damn box is. So teachers, please understand, if you have math skill and if you have problem solving skill, you are fit to be an engineer. If you have math skill and OCD, you are fit to be an accountant. Everything should be in order. Problem solving and people skill, you are fit to be in management. OCD and argument, you are good for HR. They know how to create problems. People skill and talking skill, sales. Talking skill and argue skill, you are fit to be a lawyer. If you have all these skills, you are fit to be a teacher. That is a teacher who we are all, because this is a common man's brain, whereas this is a teacher's brain. Right? And first teacher, you are a teacher first. Then you become a maths teacher, because if any child comes and asks you, don't tell that, I'm not your maths teacher, I'm not your chemistry teacher. Many schools, because I'm in the committees now, many schools tell me that should be a counselor appointed for every school. I disagree, because to my experience, a child likes to confide in the teacher whom the child loves and not with the counselor. So we have many roles to perform, teachers. We have many roles to perform. Keep up that passion, because the new teacher's role is learning facilitator, knowledge transfer facilitator, counseling skills promoter, and situation designer. We are no more teachers. We are beyond that. And to be a great teacher, you don't need the latest technology, the cutest classroom, the newest outfit. Classrooms are becoming smart, our children are not. What we require is a passion for learning and to love every child who comes into our lives as a student. So any technology, I believe, should only assist the teacher, should not replace the teacher. Should never try to replace the teacher. I know at the beginning of the academic year, we are all like this, very smart. At the end of the academic year, we are like this. Because as we grow, we become very diagnosed clerical jobs. So all the best teachers, good luck to you all. Thanks very much for this opportunity. Thanks to Shreya and Shreyas and Urvi, and for this opportunity to be here. Empty 1 liter plastic bottle, cut it half and put holes into it, and tie it up over here. And here is the thread. Use any one of these pens. No mechanical, electrical thing is required. And that is centrifuge. And tell the child this is how your washing machine works. The child will go and explain at home what is centrifuge, and mama is using centrifuge at home. Right? Thank you.